this video we're moving on from the footwork and the basic striking, and we're going to look at head movement. So this can be done in either stance. I'm going to stay with my left leg forward for now. So it can be done in either stance. So you think about your footwork, it's to get you sort of forward so you can attack your opponent. It's also for getting you away, moving you around from danger. So you can think of your footwork as a form of defence. Somebody's coming to attack you, you just step back or you just step out of the way. So your footwork is a form of evasion as well, you're just moving your feet. If you can't move your feet or you don't want to move your feet for whatever reason, you can move your head instead. So aiming for your head, you take away the target by moving it out of the way. Okay, so the head movement is a form of evasion. Footwork is a form of evasion as well. But we've done the footwork, so let's do the head movement. And we'll do it on the spot, feet standing still. Still in my guard position, and we're going to begin, and this is a typical warm-up we do in the classes, in the virtual and in the physical. My guard's up, and we're going to look at what's called a tick-tock. And it's just this, like a clock, I'm tick-tocking. See my hips going out to the side, I've got a good stance still. You see me from this side, I'm upright, my hips are over my shoulders are over my hips, and I'm just ticking and talking to the side. Okay, if you've ever seen any videos of Tyson, he was great at this for evading punches as you're coming forward. So tick-tock is what we call here. The key is in the hips. I kick the hips out, it takes my head offline. Kick the hips out, it takes my head offline. Okay, and it's good for just getting all this area moving as well. So that's our tick-tock. Next one we'll look at is what we call hips and heels. And this really is, if you look at what's going on down here, this is my punching mechanics, my cross, my hook, cross, my hook. It's also, I could be slipping a punch and shoulder rolling a punch. So I could be slipping, shoulder rolling, slipping, shoulder rolling. Okay, it's hips and heels, but it's also ingraining the body mechanics for the cross and the hook, the cross and the uppercut, any rear hand really. So that's our hips and heels as we call it, because it's all about the hips and the heels. But of course it could also be dodging a punch, shoulder rolling a punch. And from there we've got also our slips. So these are slightly different to the tick-tocks. The slips, I'm coming slightly forward. So if you see me from the side, I'm sort of coming slightly forward. So the punch comes and I want to let the punch slide past my head, and the same on the other side. Okay, so from the front I'm slipping, still got my rear hand or both hands up. But I can practice this, and I can use my right hand. I can imagine this is the punch. I slip to the outside of the jab, so that's their left hand coming. I slip to the outside of their right hand. So I can practice using my hand as a guide. Or once I've got that down, I'm using my guards up. Notice my back foot, I'm still pivoting that back foot. Okay, so a lot of this going on. So that's our slips. And then we've got our rolls, so building on from the slips. This is more rolling under the hooks, or those looping punches, rolling under here, okay? If you're tall and you're against somebody shorter, you won't be rolling, but if you're shorter against somebody tall, you're probably going to be rolling more to get inside. As I do my roll, I want to keep my eyes on my opponent, and I want to imagine I'm wiping my forehead against their chest, okay? If I look down, I can't see what's going on, my balance is off, and likelihood is, you look down, you're going to end up on the floor. So I want to keep my eyes forward, wiping my forehead against their chest. Again, look at my back feet, look at my feet. I'm doing the hips and heels, but now I'm just rolling under the punches as well. My guard's up for now. As you get a bit more advanced, you could come up into half guard. But for now, just practice keeping your guard up and in front of your head. There's no point me rolling and leaving my hands in the middle, because my hands aren't protecting me. So my hands stay up as I roll, and again, forehead on the chest. And I don't want to be ducking down too much, okay? Because unless you're boxing, if you duck down low, you might get kneed or kicked in the face. So I want to just minimise the movement, and I do that by using my back heel, and I roll under rather than doing a squat. So I'm sort of kicking my butt out, coming under. You see from the back here, so I'm keeping a nice tight roll. I'm not coming down and up, takes too long, tires out the legs, and I might just get kneed in the face. So that's our rolls as well. And the last one on the list that we normally do in the warm is what's called a snapback. So from the front, you can see it looks like this. From the side, you get a real idea what it's for. So I have my rear leg straight, my front knee bent. So this is like a pogo stick. Dropping the heel back. So my head's here, I drop back, and it's here. And that's enough to dodge a punch. Snap back, the idea is I snap back and I hit you back. So I dodge your punch, hit you back. I can do it by just dropping my heel, or I can take a step as well. Take a step, this leg stays straight, think like a pogo stick, so I can come back and hit. Okay, so that's our snap back. And then you just put the whole thing together, and you can do this as part of your warm up as well. I start here, I just go hip, tick-tock, hips and heels, again, or I keep my guard up in front of my face, slip, slip, look, notice my guard's up as well. I'm not doing this, my guard's up. Got my roll, my roll, my roll, snap back, snap back, snap back, snap back, tick-tock, hips and heels, slip, slip, roll, 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 snap back. So that is our head evasion, getting the head offline. That's what they're targeting without moving your feet.